Hello, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Joe here.
Kevin.
I've been thinking about this all freaking week, man.
Yeah, we have made it to the season 1 finale with a whole lot of shift happening, and the degree of shift that happens
Second,
here.
I didn't think you said shift.
I was careful. The degree of shift here is really going to impact what season 2 is. I have no idea what season 2 is going to look like. I won't be able to make even a wild guess until we know what happens over the next hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like however much information they choose to seep out, either to the innies or from them to the outside world.
Yeah.
Is going to make a big impact on what the show is moving forward.
Yeah,
and it could be a big shift.
And you know, tell you the truth, I didn't realize this was the finale until midway through the week.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, 9 episodes. Okay, great. Let's even more anticipation.
Yeah. It's going to be a big deal.
They're about to wake up.
Yep.
They're all doing stuff.
Yeah. Obviously, the Irving's at home, so I don't know. Like, he's pretty blank slate on what they can do with him from there.
Yeah. But it's interesting because he's painting.
Right. He's
Oh my
painting
god. The
testing floor.
Testing floor. Yep.
But we have Helly, who is definitely at the Lumen party.
Yep.
So she is one of the inside people, which explains why she didn't want to quit.
Totally.
And then you have Mark, who is hugging Selvig right now.
Yeah.
He's going to wake. He better be ready. I mean, I feel like they are. I feel like they went into it like, okay, the next time you're conscious, you're going to be in the world, so everybody just be cool.
Be cool.
But I did want to talk about one thing, and you mentioned it as well.
Yep.
We didn't catch it because it was a really quick moment, and it was when Dylan was about to turn on the overtime contingencies.
Yes. Yep.
And there was a list of other contingencies that were there that Actuarial Lurker, one of our patrons, went back and told us what was on the list because it went so quickly, and I did want to talk about this really quick. I think some of these are kind of self-explanatory.
Yep.
And the implications for them are frightening.
It's very much so.
It's alphabetical. The first one was beehive, which I feel like you kind of just take control of everybody and they all kind of do the same thing. You know what I mean?
There's also a queen bee.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Clean slate, which is what we mentioned as a possibility, kind of like The Good Place, right?
Yes.
Where if they become too defiant or too self-aware, whatever, you can always just reset them.
And that could also explain Mark's wife as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Elephant, I'm guessing, elephant, you could probably memory enhancement. You know what I mean? Like, elephants have such incredible long-term memories.
I didn't think about that. Okay, good point.
Or at least that's the stereotype,
sure,
right? And so maybe you can once that's activated, it's almost like photographic memory for whoever you're talking to.
Sure.
Can remember more details for you if you need them to. Freeze frame.
Just pause them.
That's it.
Yeah.
We're just taking. Here's the one I can't even guess. Glasgow. I'm like, all of a sudden you're in the cultural center of Scotland. Yeah, I don't know what Glasgow is.
I hope it's an accent.
Right. Goldfish, probably shut down long-term memory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lullaby.
Go to sleep.
Yeah, absolutely. The one that I think has the biggest implications for the show, though, was the last one on there, and before overtime, and it was open house, because to me, an open house, an open house, you pop into houses and you just kind of check and look around without an appointment, and you're basically trying out other houses. What if that allows one chip memory to be transferred to another person's chip, to where one severed person could actually take over? One person with a severed chip in their head could actually, during that time, take over the body
of
another severed person with that chip.
I like that theory because I was thinking about that one too, and I was like, open house, is that just kind of like everything's open to where you can access both sides?
Maybe. I mean, that may well be.
That was what I thought, but I like that idea too because that is a possibility. This is science fiction ostensibly, so you can pretty much do what you want to do if you're going to sell it right. I would like to see that, honestly. I really would.
Yeah, come to think of it, the open house could also be where they just open everything up and like reintegration, instant reintegration.
It's so interesting that they just flashed it, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That all the options they had on there.
They
didn't dwell on it. They didn't linger on it.
Just a quick foreshadowing of some. I mean, obviously, I don't think we'll ever see all of these, but at least to show us really quickly the capabilities they have.
I'm willing to bet we'll see some of them.
I think so too. Mm-hmm. I think moving forward, because we still don't know what the big end game is. It's like, why are we doing this experiment in the first place? place? What are you hoping to really get out of it? Whatever it is, it's going to be bad.
Also, what are they using on Miss Casey? Do you think it's clean slate? Do you think it's lullaby? Like, is Mark's wife, Gemma, is she still there? Or is
she's there because
well, I guess
she can't go back to the world.
No, I mean like her consciousness. You know what I mean? Like, can we get Gemma back, or is she just wiped? You know what I mean? Because I don't know.
I kind of feel like Gemma's still there, but the chip is always what's in charge.
Gemma's just asleep.
Gemma is asleep, and the chip is running her body.
Okay.
Right? So she was Mrs. Casey. The chip was in charge. They can always reset the chip to be something else. So she could be something else somewhere else inside Lumen that is never anywhere near the people that interacted with Miss Casey.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Gemma's just asleep. Gemma's in a coma, basically.
I mean, really, Gemma could just be not in charge anymore.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see. But it also means, the clean slate one means, you like look at Irving, who's like, I've been here for 3 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, he thinks he's been there 3 years. What if he's been there 15 years? What if he's been there 30 years?
Sure.
What if his whole adult life he's just been at Lumen?
He's an older guy too.
Yeah.
I mean, like
he may not realize that his Audi has been working for Lumen for 30 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everyone else could be kind of in the same boat. I guess not. But
well, still, but like, how did he see that wing?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
I think you're right. I think he has been there for a long time, because 3 years really isn't that long.
Right. Yeah. Like he could be like back because he's visiting the testing floor, so he could have been in the early stages to where he'd been in and out of the testing room.
Absolutely.
While they were first doing this. He and Christopher Walken's character. Bert. Yeah, he and Bert could have been there forever compared to what they really know. Because I think Bert said something like 11 years.
Sure.
And I'm like, well, what if that's not true? What if they were both early pioneers of the Severance program?
It's a possibility. I think their age goes to show that too.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's a big
it's like,
hint.
because it's like, okay, so you've been there for 11 years, but you're 70 years old. So where were you in the 59 years before that?
This isn't like I'm retiring and going to work for Lumen. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't like going to work for Walmart.
Yeah, it's like what has Irving been doing in the 50-something years before that 3? He doesn't know.
Absolutely.
Oh, anyway, we should get started here because we have an awesome finale to get to.
Yeah.
All right, want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being with us. Thank you so much, guys. Special shout out to our super patrons: NJ, MTC93, Actuary Lurker, Anna, Bales Foldez, ZY, Jeff, Derek Peterson, Yannick from Montreal, Sudogun of Rapu, Jamie Morgan, Christy Goverston, Diana Perry, Trey Contreras, Hume Mac, Wolfgang Wolf, Lindsay Swift, Squix, Sweet Baby Silvanel, Adam Pacio, Matt Tyler, David Adler, Chris O'Donnell, Katie K, Seth Walker, Everett Nation, Doc Cooley, Taylor, and Andy Schreiber. Thanks a lot, guys. Always grateful that you're here with us.
Yes, we are. And if you're watching us on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you mind hitting the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below and hit the subscribe button, since the up-to-date and the new content we've come your way.
Description below, link to our Patreon page for full-length watch-alongs. On Severance, we are several episodes ahead on Patreon of where we're on YouTube.
Let's do it.
Yes. Awesome. That's so cool.
I like how they did that.
Yep.
Every person.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He doesn't know anything. Yeah. I don't think any Irving probably knows what the testing floor looks like. I think this is just breaking through to his Audi.
I was on with the board earlier. They're really grateful for this.
So she's a propagandist to be like, I do it and it's totally cool.
Gabby, this is Helena Egan.
Oh,
Gosh,
did you catch that?
Helena Egan.
Yeah, she's in the family.
Wow. Helly E.
Helly E is Helly
Damn.
Egan. Well, I can see why they kept that from us for the whole season.
Yeah, absolutely.
How's our baby?
Oh.
He doesn't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume you mean that in the It Takes a Village sense, and she's good.
Yeah, it's not your baby, man.
I want to have the life change talk. I just need a pump before I die. I'll be really fast.
Okay.
No. Dude, start talking.
This would be like impossible, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, I love how Irving is first person perspective.
For sure. I mean, don't be wrong. You wake up in a whole new world as a whole new person. I get that it'd be really disorienting.
It'd be hard to just wing it.
Yeah.
Peacefully waft into the
Okay,
living
let's talk
room.
at the first reflection break, okay?
No.
Just like, I'm severed. Like, I'm
That's
actually.
it. That's all I like to say is like,
I'm severed right now. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know where I'm at.
How many kids do you have?
Just gave birth to my third. I should have stopped that too.
oh, she's the.
Oh my
She was the
God,
severed woman.
yeah.
Everyone else is in a position to talk to people about it, but he's researching himself.
Yeah.
Thank your father if you see him.
I think her father's the board.
He's certainly the Egan in charge. He might be the CEO.
Who are you?
Oh my God! All of the pictures that Milicek was taking.
Yeah, that's okay.
It was
well,
all,
there you go.
it was
That
all
explains the
propaganda
camera.
photos. He tells them to smile for the camera so they all look happy while they're down there
So
working.
public perception.
Yeah. These are all some scumbags.
They really are.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Miss Cobell.
She's definitely not good.
Oh no!
He called her the wrong name.
He called her Cobell.
Just meet me in there, okay?
Okay, I'll just.
I'll be back.
God.
Any Mark is just not aggressive enough for this.
Hi, can you take her for a quick sec while I talk to Mark? Of course, love.
No, she's the devil.
Growing up as an Egan is that the workers are our family. And I remember
Oh,
thinking
that's
about
rich.
that as a kid
Yeah.
because I thought,
And she is bought in too, isn't she?
I think it brings us together.
How? Yeah. How does that bring us together? Does she still have the baby?
I was just thinking the same thing. Like, she doesn't have the baby, does she?
I don't know. You look so nice.
I don't remember if he was in the perpetuity room.
Can't remember. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Any tried to do.
With that innie. It felt racist.
No, it absolutely does. It's very dehumanizing, isn't it?
It's so pretty, Daddy.
Okay, so it's been since she was a little
Everybody in the
girl.
whole world should get one.
That's gotta make her feel sick to her stomach.
Like, let me give you the speech real quick. I'm going to say, hell
Yeah.
no. Lumen wants to take over the world.
I think I know what the end game is.
Okay. Well, he said the whole world gets one.
And he said, "You'll beat my side for my revolving."
Okay.
I think the plan is to be able to just pop yourself into a Get Out style. Pop yourself
my
into a new body.
God.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Maybe that was Kier's vision, right?
Right?
Live forever.
Yeah, just live forever.
Because nobody's done it before yet, right? Is that the implication? Because if it was when she was a little girl.
Right. Yeah. That was when the prototype had happened. So my guesses are not there yet. That's why they're still experimenting.
For a second, we brought that theory up. I was like, is that Kier?
Right. Yeah.
Is her dad really Kier? But that can't be true.
Well, I think they said that this has been going on for. I mean, Kier founded the company in like 1860
Yeah, so there's no
or something.
he did.
You swear you're not fucking with me?
I swear.
Okay, he told her.
Good.
He lost his wife. You lost your wife.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
A little before you started at Lumen.
Show him a picture.
You tried to go back to teaching 3 weeks after she died. It was a disaster.
That's really kind of sad. Like a version of himself would be not have to be suffering.
We were all really close. It was great. She was wonderful.
I think she took the baby.
I do too.
I think that crazy lady took off with her baby.
Mark S is a fucking idiot.
What? That's not possible.
You just got fired by this guy.
Get to the security office
Bob
and shut
probably
it
won't get her
off
job
now. Shit.
Show us the rest of the car. Is the damn baby in there?
I think it is.
This is so stressful.
Dylan! Dylan!
Nice.
I know you're in there, Dylan. Open the door!
Fuck you, Mr. Milchick!
Yeah.
And she works at Lumen?
Yeah, she's my boss.
Jesus fucking...
Yeah, she
give
has
him
your
my
baby,
baby.
man. She freaking took off with the baby.
Yeah,
What a psycho.
I know. I'm so anxious right now.
Yes. Let loose on these people, please.
They're gonna get flipped back though. They're gonna get flipped back.
Yeah, once he can get into the room. Yeah, he's about to get in.
He's got a weapon.
You are the refiner of the quarter.
You're gonna have to kill this guy.
I mean, really.
She left?
I handed her the baby.
With Eleanor?
She left.
Oh my God! Call the police.
Call the police.
Psycho.
On the phone with the cops.
Yeah. Oh my God! She just left the baby in the car.
Where's the baby? This is really sweet, actually.
Yeah. Oh, he's not alone. Or single, it looks like.
Yeah. I mean, you can't be shocked at that.
No, because you don't know the outside lives.
Yeah.
Have all these rooms been checked?
Thank God. Oh God.
Devin,
shove,
she's here.
shove Mark out of the way so he
I
can be the
found
hero.
her.
Yeah.
I found your child.
Like Selvig would fit in there.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Look.
Was she there?
I think so.
I didn't catch it.
Dylan!
Look at the family photos. I'm so worried about Dylan too.
You can't hurt him.
Heat of the moment kind of thing, though.
Who the hell do you think you are? No. Your friends are gonna.
Security.
Yeah. Wow.
Decided that we could do better.
She still should have punched her in the face.
Oh yeah. Psycho.
A Machiavellian psychopath.
We're not happy. We're miserable.
Go faster. Yeah, here it is.
We're prisoners! She's alive!
Wow.
Oh my god.
What a finale. Oh my god. I'm so glad I didn't have to wait 3 years, however long you guys had to wait to watch the next episode.
I had to wait like 3 years after that.
I feel bad for laughing
my
at you for that. But
God.
I'm so glad we can just watch the next episode.
What a cliffhanger.
That would drive me insane.
Oh my god.
Imagine living with that for years, being like, how does this get resolved?
This has to be largely a completely new show next season, right?
Yes.
I mean,
it's all out.
It's all out. And that's the bigger thing. It doesn't even matter what the innies know, because I think they can be reset.
I think so too.
You
Really, the clean slate thing.
Right.
The list, right? I mean, and not to mention, like, we did set up a lot too. Like,
Yeah.
her father being like his revolving. Is that what he called it?
He called it his revolving, which makes me think that just means you can change bodies, right? Doesn't that sound like
Consciousness
that?
into a new body.
Right.
Probably. I mean,
Because you could just keep going.
sure.
I mean, they call it perpetuity.
I mean, yeah. I mean, and also, like,
And they can make it literal perpetuity.
is the revolving? Is this like a new thing?
Oh, I think it's new. I think it's new.
So, okay, cool. Because
I think we're not even there yet, because one, he's an old man. They probably already would have done it.
Sure.
If it was there. But also, two, I think we're still doing experiments on everyone. They're still
the goats.
They're still doing the goat stuff, whatever that is, clear for experimentation. They're still doing macro data refinement and who knows what all the other departments are doing. They're still fine tuning.
The testing wing is a thing.
Right. Yeah. They're still redoing everything. So all the experiments are still going on. So which means it's not completely there. At least not on the level that the CEO / founder's son or whatever, owner of the company, is willing to go ahead and make the move now. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I do think that it's not where they want everything to be yet, but I think that's the goal.
Well, do you think that what they're doing down there is like Mark's department specifically? Do you think they're helping them somehow? With
for sure.
Yeah, okay.
They're
with the data and the numbers, and all
whatever
that?
emotional data that they're moving into the boxes and taking out. I think they're fine tuning the chips. Is what I think they're doing. Their brain chips.
Gotcha. Yeah, they're just destroying themselves basically.
Yeah, I mean, really, yeah.
Wow,
it is really dark.
Clever metaphor.
A really dark implication.
It is.
It is a clever metaphor, isn't it? The idea of when you still look at it as like a dark satire of corporate life, of the corporate structure, especially in America, where it's like the workers go in and are basically just cannibalizing themselves for the greater good of the company. It's pretty literal on this show. But yeah, I think there's a real chance that I would not be surprised if we opened season 2 where we opened season 1 with Helly laying on the table not knowing what's going on.
That would suck.
You know what I mean?
Okay, but here's the thing though. Like, so I think that Mark coming clean to Devin's going to play a part in season 2 because Devin's going to be like, as soon as he wakes up,
Devin's going to know, right, and be able to tell Mark.
She's like, this is what happened.
Right, yeah.
Like, Selvig Cobell was here. I thought she stole my baby. You spilled the beans. You told me she's alive.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure, and now that whole relationship between Selvig being next door spying on Mark, that's all gone. That's all
Regardless,
gone. That's all dead.
Completely, yeah. She has to move.
Yeah, I mean, really, she has to be out of his life, at least on the outside.
And not to mention, like, the whole PD thing's going to come back to play because, Audi Mark was already, like, suspicious. He knows a lot. I mean, somebody was murdered. He was there for that.
Sure.
Like, so Mark should be full-blown. Let's tell people about this.
Mark should be off the bandwagon completely. Yeah.
And now, not to mention, I really hope they don't wipe their minds on the inside because they got so much information.
Sure,
while they were out. And then Milchek and oh my god, why am I blanking right now? The guy with the glasses.
Dylan,
thank you. I completely spaced on his name
That's
there
all
for
right.
a second.
I do it.
But we have to have that resolution. Like, he tackled him to the ground. Like,
well, that is the resolution. He shut it off.
Sure,
it's done.
But what's the next step? What happens next? You know what I mean?
I mean, I think the easiest thing would be resetting them, all of them, including Dylan, because they're all like at a really defiant stage now.
Sure.
The problem with that is now all of a sudden you have 4 brand new people. Nobody
trying to do this job.
No, yeah, you have nobody in micro data refinement, right?
Yeah,
because it's always been like you stagger employees in.
Exactly.
Can you reset all 4? Can you move people over from different departments? I mean, what can you really do? And I guess we're going to find out next season what they're capable of as far as cleaning up this giant mess.
Would Mark want to go back there in the first place?
Right.
You know, also, what's the repercussions for Helly at this point too? Because she was
everybody. You know, it's
yeah.
What keeps any of them, except for Helly, what keeps any of them going back to work? You know, once this information's out, what keeps?
I would go back there,
especially Mark. What keeps Mark driving his car back to Lumen ever again?
Absolutely.
You know,
and look, even with Irv's got stuff like he's banging on somebody's door in the middle of the night.
Right.
Bert's gonna be door and be like, "Who the hell are you?"
Yeah, that's it. And Irvin's gonna be like, "I don't know what I'm doing here." You know, no one knows why they are where they are right now.
Yeah, it's wild that we just end like that. That's a choice, man. And
they have set up. It could potentially be an incredibly different show next season.
Also,
linearly,
I'm wondering
narratively,
why it took so long too. I mean, like, was there like a delay in production because of something? Like, I mean, this is obviously I think the first season was that post 2020.
I don't know.
Okay, well, if it wasn't, that could explain some things.
It might have been delayed because of the pandemic. I'm not sure.
There was also a writer's strike.
Right. There was. Yeah.
So I mean, like, I'm sure there was multiple factors.
And
because,
some shows just don't get together every year and put it together.
Well, that's
cruel. Some shows take a while.
That's cruel for them to end like this and be like, "We'll see you when we see you."
Didn't Stranger Things, the 5 seasons of Stranger Things, take like 10 years?
It did.
So
yeah.
I mean, you can go as fast as you can.
Somebody said that. I can't remember. It was a tweet that was like, "Yeah, the Bear put out 4 seasons in the time that Stranger Things put out 5."
Yeah,
like that's pretty wild,
right?
But still, I loved this episode. This is by far the best episode of the show.
Sure.
There's so many repercussions that we have to have going forward, and I want to see. There's so many possibilities too.
Yeah. Again, I think it all depends on. Okay, now this thing has happened. What's Lumen's reaction, and that's going to really. What can they do, and how far are they willing to go, and what will they do to clean up this complete horror show they just had from their perspective?
Yeah.
And that's what season 2 is going to look like. It can look like anything at this point.
And also, I do think that like we are going to save Gemma. I think that we are, because for a second there, whenever they escorted her away, I was like, be a really dark thought if that was the last time we saw her.
Sure.
And like Mark would be none the wiser. You know what I mean?
Right.
But now the fact that he's like going out of his way to say no, she's alive.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get her out of there. I really, really do.
If they don't reset Mark, any Mark knows everything.
Sure.
If they can reset him, they will probably.
Not to mention Devin being like, she's alive. Okay, this is already super fishy. Mark just talked to me about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he said she's alive. I think my
think
sister-in-law is alive somewhere.
And I think he's holding the photograph too.
Yeah.
I think if he runs the room and screams, "She's alive," and then he's saying like, "Whoa, what happened?"
It'd be pretty easy to discern that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you can figure it out if he's standing there holding his wedding photo and just screams, "She's alive," to figure out what that means. Mm-hmm. I really do. If I have one criticism of the episode, I wish we didn't have the uncertainty of what happened with the baby. Oh because that was distracting me from everything else so much. Yeah. I mean, I get that it added to the already high tension of the episode.
Yeah, when the car was rolling away, I was like, hey!
Yeah, I was just, but I was so distracted by like, where's this poor baby? Yeah. That it was taking me away from so much of everything else that was going on, I feel like. Yeah. Now, again, I get the idea was this was going to be a really tense episode and they're going to be throwing a lot at us at once. Mm. So why not add the pressure of also, by the way, did this psychotic woman also just kidnap a newborn baby?
No, absolutely.
But she didn't. Good.
Yes. Good.
Honestly, I don't know when when that old woman is standing there in your face saying, I'm going to torture you and I'm going to torture all the people you work with and they're going to suffer, I don't know how you don't just clock her,
Real quick.
while she's grabbing you and everything. I'm like, oh, we can do this right now.
We can do it right now.
Yeah, you're not my boss out here, lady. We can throw down.
And I'm mic'd up.
Yeah, exactly, right? And by the way, it's just going to look like the president's daughter is beating up a woman who just got fired for assaulting her.
That's literally,
Yeah.
But I guess they didn't know she was fired, so
it doesn't matter. I still might have dropped an elbow. Helly is a better person than I am.
She is.
Or nicer.
Well, at least certainly her innie is, for
right,
sure.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, second question. Do you think that we, in the next season, do you think that we spend any time whatsoever with their Audis besides Mark? Do you think that we get Audi Helly more? Do you think we get Audi Irv more?
I don't know if we do much with Helly, because we kind of know what she is and what she's about now, so I don't know. It's like, do we spend time with the board? I don't think we do. You know what I mean? Audi Helly, we know that she's a villain, and we know she's working with other villains.
Yeah. So
I don't think there's a point really, and obviously the writing can do whatever the writing does, and they'll do it well. But I do think Irving is up to something anyway. He also was like tracking Lumen employees and stuff. So I think if we're going to follow somebody else outside of Lumen, it'll be Irving, because we had no interaction with him in the outside world in this episode, right? Like, he's the one person that didn't talk to anybody when he was out, which means all of Irving's stuff that we saw is largely internal. So I think we might see what Irving's up to or been up to.
I hope so.
Next season at some point.
Because he's a list of like all the employees for the most part.
Yeah, like he's definitely snooping.
And he's mapping out where they are.
Yeah.
Maybe he's putting together like the whole, like, because obviously it's a Lumen community.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I wonder if he's like,
it's a company town. Yeah.
I wonder if he's fishy about the fact that, like, excuse me, they might have people living next door to us.
Right.
Kind of like how Selvig was living next door to Mark.
Sure.
I wonder if he's kind of putting that together on his own. What experience he had. Did PD talk to him? Because, PD and Mark were close. You know what I mean?
Could, yeah, there's no reason to believe that Mark is the only one that PD went to. PD could have gone to Irving too.
Yeah. And, like, we got a lot of answers, but, like, the fact that we have a billion more now, like, we have literally 20 more questions.
This is all so very open. I was just going to say, when Mark and PD first met, at the diner, and Mark asks him for friends, and he says, "I'm your best friend. You're my very good friend."
Yeah,
that could mean that he's better friends with Irving. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Or anyone else, but like he could also be really close friends with Irving, and it could have been talking to Irving this whole time too.
I would like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, and also the lady who killed, oh my God, what's his name?
Grainer.
Yeah. I'm expecting to see her again next season.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think Mark is going to work on reintegration.
Sure, absolutely. After that,
yeah,
totally.
To where like that may be where we're heading with the innies. At least Mark is one of them is going to be able to go back and forth between outside and inside without ever having his brain sever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He'll just be him in and out.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll see how that works, because there's endless possibilities on this show.
And real quick, Audi Dillon has no idea.
Yeah, Audi Dillon now knows that he has 3 kids, maybe because Melchek told him. He didn't get a real chance to do anything.
Well, any Dillon knows, but like no Audi Dillon, like Dillon on the outside.
Audi Dillon. Yeah, Audi Dillon has no idea that anything's happened, right?
At all.
Yeah, you're right. But
you might wake up a little sore,
right?
but still.
Now, Dylan did say, like, when Helly's like, "Are you sure you don't want to go?" And he's like, "This is just the first time. I'll get my chance again." I'm like, I don't think you will, because I think, Cobell blowing all of this.
They're gonna be on this now.
Yeah, there's no way that door they're gonna be able to access, and there won't be any security inside that room.
Yeah,
like there's no way you're gonna be able to, even with the Grainer's key, you're not gonna be able to get back into that room.
God, she's the worst.
Yeah, no, she what I think of her. Because she is an enemy, kind of not just of the main characters, of course. She's also kind of an enemy of the board, and she has her own like agenda as far as just like worshiping the religious ideal of the company.
Sure.
As an extremist, it reminds me. Don't laugh. It reminds me of Lord of the Rings, when in the first one where we see Smeagol for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And Frodo's like, God, we should just kill him, and because he's a villain, we should just kill him. And oh my God, Gandalf was just like, why? We don't know what his part's going to be, how he's going to end up fitting into all this when it's done.
Yeah.
And he inadvertently kind of ends up helping and everything. Her being an antagonist of everybody kind of on this show, and she's kind of a wild card in that we don't really know how with all of this
inadvertently helps out.
Yeah, I mean really, like we don't know how this crazy lady. She's just as much of a potential problem, I feel like, for the company as she is for the protagonist of the show.
That's
because she's a loose cannon.
This cult is going to backfire.
Yeah. Oh, because cults always do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great though. Yeah, I mean, like I made the Lord of the Rings comparison with the other lady. I was like the mouth of Sauron here. I mean,
Right,
like that's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like that call. It really. I mean,
yeah. We just. She's awful. You know, I would like her to like be fired and miserable, not off the show, but to not be in such a position of power. But I don't know.
I don't think she's
by
off
the time
the show.
No, definitely not off the show.
Yeah.
I think she's going to get her job back because of this.
I think so too.
But we don't really know how she's going to fit into all this by the time the show's actually done.
I mean, do you think her and Milchek are going to be like in the doghouse now? I mean,
I
like,
would think so,
right? I mean, like
she did get him, or he got her fired.
They're going to come down harder on them now.
Yeah.
Like for sure. Like, but both of them. Like Milchek to his role is going to be like their jobs are on the line here.
Yeah,
and possibly their lives.
They're both really screwed up here.
Yeah,
or at least he did.
How do you? Because even if you fire them, at this point, you can't let them walk away with everything they know.
Yeah,
they're not severed.
It's one of those things that you're in or you're out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really kind of surprised they just fired Selvig. It was like, with what she knows, I'm sure she signed an incredible NDA. But
I was gonna say NDAs maybe, but
right.
I mean, we'll see.
We'll see. All right, thanks a lot for watching with us, guys. We'll catch you next season.
See ya.